the polish desk. Thank you so much for joining me for my new video. In this video, I have swatches of Orly's new collection for spring 2022. It's called Impressions, and this collection is made up of 6 new cream shades, all inspired by the Impressionist era. So think like Claude Monet, water lilies, those kinds of paintings, watercolors, that kind of thing. So all of these are very pastel-like shades that are inspired by that era. So I was so excited when I saw the original publicity for this collection, and I can't wait to show you guys these polishes and the swatches because they are absolutely beautiful. I love Impressionism and I love pastels. I love that a lot of the mainstream brands are doing pastels this year, and I've also really enjoyed seeing how different brands have done pastels. I don't feel like they're all the same. I feel like we're getting a lot of variety, and I just love that. So I'm really excited to show you guys these. Like I said, the formulas are great. I'm going to show all of them swatched at 2 coats. And so for the base coat, I'm using the Orly Bonder Basecoat, which if you haven't tried that, I highly recommend it. And in the video today, I don't know if you can see it on my nails, but I'm wearing, this is a brand that's new to me. It's called Heroine, and it looks like it's out of New York City. And this is called Lilac It, and this is a polish that I will be featuring very soon, or at least in the coming weeks, in my Very Perry Polish series. So if you haven't checked that out, I encourage you to check that out as well. So again, like I said, I'm going to get into the swatches for this Orly collection, and then I want to talk a little bit about them. Thank you so much, as usual, for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do that. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you always know when new videos are uploaded to the channel. You can also find me on Instagram, or you can email me. I will put all of that information below, as well as a link to purchase these Orly polishes if you like them. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the swatches. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I am using the Orly Bonder Basecoat. This is a rubberized base coat that acts like a double-sided sticky tape for your polish, so it's going to prolong your manicure, and I find that it works really well under polishes that have a little bit thinner of a formula. As you can tell, my bottle is very well loved. I love this base coat. As you can see here, even though it looks orange in the bottle, it does apply clear on the nail. So if you are interested in this base coat, I will link that information below. So first up in the Impressions collection is Parcs Parasols. This is a soft rosy brown cream. So I will probably get a bit repetitive throughout this video, but as you can see on the first coat here, we get really good coverage, very even coverage. I love the creams in this collection. Actually, they're all creams, but I like the fact that they're not too thick and not too thin. I also think that this is the perfect neutral shade for a spring collection. I love the fact that you have kind of the brown, but it also has that touch of pink in there. It has a bit of a rosy tone to it. So I think that this anchors the collection very well also because you have so many pastels around it. So again, 2 coat coverage here, beautiful even coverage, great formula. The next polish is called Danse with Me, and this is a pastel peachy pink cream. So of the 6 polishes in this collection, I found the formula of this one to be the thinnest, but again, you can see here great coverage on that first coat. This is another reason that I really love the Bonder base coat, because with some of these thinner formulas, I feel that your manicure gets a great start because some of these thinner formulas do really well with that. So in 2 coats here, we get full opacity. That's another thing with this collection. I was very impressed with the 2 coat coverage of these creams. So this is Danse with Me in 2 coats. Next up is Golden Afternoon, a buttercream cream. So this is one of the ones that I was the most excited about swatching because I'm always interested to see how a yellow cream polish is going to perform, and this one is amazing. I can't recommend this one enough. If you love yellows and you love a little bit of a softer yellow, then I think you will really enjoy this one. With the first coat here, you can see that it is a bit streaky, but not not as much as we've seen with other yellow creams. In 2 coats, I did get full opacity. Again, this can have to do with the base coat that you use, the thickness of your coats, and the length of your nails, but I mean, I got perfect 2-coat coverage. Absolutely blown away by this one. So this is Golden Afternoon in 2 coats. The next polish is called Artist's Garden, and this is a pastel earthy green cream. So this is another one that I was really excited about. I love this shade of green. I feel like we're seeing it everywhere. And so again, on the first coat, it is a little bit sheer, but again, look at how evenly this covers, especially over that Bonder base coat. In 2 coats, I did get full opacity here. I absolutely love this shade. This kind of reminds me a little bit of OPI's This Isn't Greenland, and that was actually from a fall collection. So I think that this could be a great transitional fall shade and not just a spring shade. So again, this is Artist's Garden, and you are looking at it in 2 easy coats. Next up is the shade Bleu Iris, and this is a pastel cornflower blue. So once again with this one, we get really good coverage on that first coat, pretty even, a little bit sheer, but not too bad. I really love this shade. This is one that I would consider a periwinkle. This is a lot like Olive Ave's Cornflower, which I have featured in my Very Peri Polished series, and I do plan to feature this one as well, so I'll look forward to comparing those. In 2 coats, once again, we get beautiful opacity here. All of these polishes are also super glossy even before top coat. I'm not showing you top coat here. So again, this one is called Bleu Iris in 2 coats. And the last shade is called Provence at Dusk, and this is a lilac cream. So again, just like the other polishes in this collection, we get great coverage on that first coat. The formulas, again, are a little bit on the thin side, but I didn't think that that hindered these polishes performance-wise at all. Just absolutely beautiful color here. I think this is one of the ones that fits in with the Impressionist theme the best, and I don't know, I just always love a good lilac or lavender shade. So again, I think this would be another great transitional shade, so even into fall, but definitely a spring and summer staple as well. So again, that is Provence at Dusk, and you are looking at it in 2 coats. So there you have it, the new collection from Orly for spring 2022 impressions. I am super excited to know what you guys think about this collection. I absolutely love it. I've probably said that a million times by now. So I just want to get into a little bit about what I think about this collection overall, as well as individually in respect to the polishes. So first of all, these formulas are amazing. I absolutely love these formulas. To be able to swatch an entire collection of what is basically all pastel shades or light shades, to swatch all of those at 2 coats and only to need 2 coats, I think is amazing. Now, obviously, that is sometimes dependent on the base coat that you use, your nail length, the thickness of your coats, but as you can see from the swatches, I did pretty thin coats for the first coats, and then they were a bit thicker on the second coat. So again, just incredible formulas. I love the Orly brush. I know that has a lot to do with it as well. So just a great collection formula-wise. Okay, so some of the things about the polishes. First of all, I loved the inclusion of these 2 shades, which are more on the nude or the neutral side. To have those featured in a pastel collection, and to have the collection color story be so seamless and just go together so beautifully, I think is amazing on Orly's part. I give them absolute credit for doing that. I think they did an amazing job of that. I love both of these. Parcs Parasols, it is kind of like that light kind of brown shade, but there is that rosy tone to it. I really love that, and I think that it anchors this collection of pastels so beautifully. This one is a little bit on the thin side. These formulas, like I said, I really love them. I think they're great. Danse with Me is a little tiny bit on the thin side, but again, still a great formula. And I have loved seeing brands, I know Deborah Lippmann, Essie, a number of brands have had these kinds of peachy, almost, even if they're not necessarily pastel, peachy shades. And I'm loving that because I love peach shades that are a little bit kind of on the neutral side like this. So I loved to see this one. This yellow, this is gorgeous. To be able to swatch this in 2 coats and to keep it moving is amazing. Again, nail length, base coat choice, you know, coat thickness, that is going to have something to do with how that works for you, but I was absolutely impressed. And then I think as far as like the ones that like my eyes went right to when I first saw the publicity about this collection were these right here. I absolutely love these. 2 of these I think I'm going to feature as my very Perry polished selections for different weeks coming up. You know, I had thought about even maybe doing them together, but either way, I think I'm definitely going to feature these because they represent, you know, even though one's a lilac and one's more of like a French blue or like a cornflower, you know, they still, to me, kind of fall in that spectrum of periwinkle, and you can lean blue or purple. So these are absolutely beautiful. So again, the color story of this collection, I think, is just absolutely beautiful and cohesive, and I love impressionism anyway and pastels, and so I was just in love with it. So for my favorites, I had predicted that actually these 2 would be my favorites. The peach one, Danse with Me, and then Provence at Dusk, this beautiful lilac shade. And it was very difficult because by the time I finished swatching these were still my favorites, but then I also had to put in Artist's Garden, this green one. So I'm still kind of torn. I kind of felt like at the end of the day, these 2 are my favorite, but it's hard for me not to say that this is included as well. So when I do 6-piece collections, I try to pick 2 favorites, but you know, I thought that this part of the palette just was my favorite for me, so, or those 3 selections, that is. So okay, so that is the new Orly collection for spring 2022. Again, it's called Impressions, and it is available now. I will link that down below. I will also link the Orly Bonder Basecoat, and I'll also link the polish that I'm wearing in this video. And yeah, again, I can't wait to see what you guys think about this collection. Thank you so much for joining me for this new video today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.